there are some days, those frustrating days where a client just does not want to cooperate. And of course, it's always kind of simple because people usually don't want to cooperate on a business level, of course, not on a personal level. I'm talking about business here. People don't want to cooperate when they have no stake in that particular thing. And of course, I cannot really talk about the sort of business I'm in. But sometimes, as you might imagine, there are some frustrating days because a client has no stake in that sort of thing. And then you just have to do it yourself. Oh well, big deal. Now, there was a comment I noticed yesterday or the day before yesterday's blog where, I think it was yesterday when I talked about working from home. And so people wondered about what sort of job I'm doing. Well, I'm in IT, which is good. And I have some frustrating and less frustrating clients, which is also good. I work as a consultant. So I try to solve problems by consulting people, which is great, except when the client is not really cooperating, just like today. Well, anyways, but regarding the teaching part, I think the comment was really about that part. I teach English and Hungarian online, and I have a small business that supports this idea. And hence the previous language videos, which were there to advertise the sort of knowledge I might just have when it comes to teaching languages. And since then, some people thought that might be suitable for them. But then, of course, you have to realize at some point, I would say, I guess, one should realize at some point that when it comes to student and teacher relationships, it's really a matter of compatibility, because there are lots and lots of different teaching styles and methods. Mine is based on explaining how things go, the mechanics behind the scenes, and then trying to show how you, as someone who wants to learn that language, might utilize those mechanics when you try to speak or when you try to read or translate things. And there are some other really good methods out there that work for different people. And of course, you can always go to my website to check things out. But that is really the short answer. And there is this other thing I wanted to talk about, really, besides the frustrating clients, is that I'm not the kind of person who's a very good salesperson. And I'm always surprised that people don't really know what I do for a living, because I do advertise it, so I think. But I guess, not really. The kind of person who is a really good or, frustrating salesperson who comes up to you, say like, "Hey, how are you? Oh, good, you're feeling good. Okay, well that means you must want a car today. And incidentally, I have a car dealership. So why not come down to my dealership and sign up for a car?" I don't really understand the mechanics behind it, because I, as a not very social person, would think that forcing the things I want to sell on you is not very good or ethical. But of course, when it comes to making money, anything goes, I guess. That's why we have fast food full of sugar and all that, sold to people for a very low price. And then, of course, even though people get frustrated with the whole process and the kind of cheating, they go to McDonald's and buy food because it's cheap. So I'm sure that people have reasons for that sort of behavior. I don't really get how I could become a better salesperson. I always thought that's something that social people know instantly, because I see social people not really treading carefully when it comes to talking to others. And that's just the kind of thing that I always discourage myself to do. So instead of running around and saying that, "Hey, I offer paid lessons," in each video, I choose not to. Now, whether that's a good thing or not, but that's for you to decide, I guess, based on the frustration level I cause. Well, today was kind of a heartwarming vlog thingy on one of those more frustrating days. And I guess that is part of having a daily vlog. Not all days are the same. Not all days are happy and exciting. Although, in other news, I think I've finally decided where I want to go on the weekend, and that would be a tiny village featuring a tiny village. Well, mobile houses, actually. But more on that later. I leave that there as a teaser. So thank you for watching, as always. And if you have any frustrating stories that you can actually talk about, unlike me, who's always under NDA, then you're more than welcome to do so. Just let your frustration out, and yeah,